Hello and welcome to Moneymind. In this video, we will discuss about wealth building, the B of IDBP3. Wealth building, it sounds so very relaxing. Well, why wealth building is important and why it's required in your life and how you should go about doing it. We'll discuss everything in details in this video. Stay tuned. So, wealth building starts with learning new things, learning about business, learning about taxation, learning about the market, the country policies, the external affairs, the politicians and what they are thinking. So, all of these contribute to the building of your wealth. That's a huge task, isn't it? I've listed out at least 4, 5, 6, 7 avenues, right? You have to be updated on all of these. My goodness. That is the reason why most people run out of this. They find it's very difficult for them to keep themselves updated on all of these topics at the same time. I really understand that. So that's the only way, and that's the long way. There is of course another short way, and that is I'll do the hard work, I'll do all these research, and I'll bring you anything and everything that's going around you about money management, wealth and wealth building, all in this channel. And for that you need to subscribe. Okay, let's move on. So yeah, as I said, knowing about the market, knowing about your environments, knowing about your country, politics, policies, these are all very important things. The next important part is allocating money for investments. Where do you get that money? Remember, in debt management, we cleared so many loans: credit card, car, personal loan, education loan. All those are gone now. You're paying probably 10,000-15,000 EMI on that. All those are gone. Whatever EMI you were paying over there, put that money into your wealth management. Start building your wealth. Allocate your funds for your retirement, for investments. Okay. Now, where should you invest? Now, I'll definitely make a video on this, and also I have a list of assets that you can invest in, which is outside the stock market. So there are 2 avenues: the stock market and the investments outside the stock market. So stock market investments we'll discuss in this channel. The avenues that you have outside the stock market, I have a video on that. I'll give the link in the description. You can go ahead and check it. Also, the link will be there in the V card at the end of the video. So bring those EMIs that you have cleared off from your debt management to building your wealth. Start off as a beginner if you're starting, and if you're in India, start off with the NPS system, the National Pension Scheme. There is a reason to it. The reason is NPS doesn't allow you a premature withdrawal. And the second point is you'll develop the habit of investing. The reason why is because you cannot withdraw from your invested amount before you retire, and hence it will force you to keep that money in there. And also the investments that you're putting in every month will go in as building your wealth, also to build your habit towards a regular investment strategy. So this is very much important. So for the first 2 to 3 years of your investment journey, if you are new, start off with the NPS. Put all your money that you can put in, the maximum amount, maybe 70-80% over there, and the remaining 30% you can bring out and channelize into different avenues like maybe stocks, mutual funds. The reason why I am saying 70-80% into NPS and the remaining 10-15-20% into the stock market, because you are new in the stock market and you will lose. Mind it. In the stock market, you are going to lose. So when you know you're going to lose, do not lose big. Start off with small, understand the losses where you're losing, and then you'll start playing it big. So for now, NPS as the first option, and then slowly and steadily For the first 2 years, focus on NPS and then start focusing on the other assets. Then diversify. So diversifying again doesn't mean diversifying in the stock world, in the stock market. You buy large cap, mid cap, small caps. We heard about diversification in this form, wherein you channelize your investment into large, small, medium caps. That's not diversification. That's diversification into the stock market. But I'm talking about real diversification, wherein you diversify outside the stock market. So stock market is one avenue. Outside the stock market, there are tons of other investment options which you can choose. You can go and visit the link down below in the description. You can see the list of assets that you can choose to invest over there. Now comes the favorite part in your IDBP3 wealth building. So now that you have made the mindset of putting money for investments and channelizing your investments, diversifying your investments into different investment avenues, now you need to do a checklist. You need to do some things and you should avoid doing some things. So what are these? That's in the checklist below. Checklist number 1, automate your investments. This is the prime important part of wealth building. You have to do it. If you don't do it, you're going to miss out on investing. Something else will pop up and you will not put your money into your investments. So automate them as soon as you get the salary. If you're getting the salary on the 1st of every month, on the 2nd of every month, your investments should go out to your investment buckets. How you do that? Have a separate account for your investments. Say suppose you invest 10,000 rupees a month. Okay, you finally find out 10,000 rupees a month to invest. Have a separate account. As soon as your salary comes in a particular account on the 1st of every month, on the 2nd of that month, the money should be transferred to your investment account. And from there, the investment is already automated. Your investments are deducted from that account and you get the units allocated. So that's how you automate your investments. And with automation, you also have to cancel all the other enrollments that you have automated, which is related to your expenses. Some people automate paying their Netflix bills, automate paying their Sony Live, Discovery, and so, entertainment channels, internet connection, do this. But you might ask, why? These are important. What's wrong in automating them? I would need it every month. Yes, you need it every month, but still do not automate them. It doesn't matter. See, suppose you're not at home for 30 days, 45 days, maybe you have gone out for 15 days. You're in a vacation with your family. Do you need your Netflix? Do you need your internet connection for those 15 days for your home? You don't need it, right? So why automate? If you have it automated, if you have an automated payments set up for paying these kind of bills, it will whack you off. You're out enjoying your vacation and here the internet, it automatically renews itself. Why is it required? You're not at home for the next 15-20 days. Why would you require the internet bill to be automated and it would recharge itself when you're not at home for 20 days? It's a loss of money. It's a loss of money. It's a loss of service. It's a loss of everything. So never automate anything that is an expenditure, but automate everything that is a savings or that is an investment. Okay? Remember, avoid high fees on investment. There are investment avenues that charges high fees. Maybe you might have a broker coming in, you might have a third party in between who charges high transaction fees. Try and avoid them if there is a way. Once you go direct, be it mutual funds, be it shares, go with discount brokers, go with direct mutual funds, deal directly with real estate agents who develop properties. So in this way, you avoid those middlemen and the charges that are associated with them. Stick with the market. See, do not play, do not gamble, do not trade or do anything of that sort. Stick with the market. Doesn't matter, it goes up, goes down. You're not to be bothered about it. Just keep your money invested. Diligently put money every month into the market, and at the end you will come up with a beautiful corpus in your hand. Do not look after news channels. Do not look after what's happening daily around you and what those news channels are shouting at you with the figures, with the numbers, and useless, absolutely useless. Don't bother. Just simply focus on your investments. Choose good assets. Put money in diligently every month, and at the end you will come out profitable. Fourth checklist is to revisit and balance your investments periodically, which is very much important because assets do not perform equally all throughout the year. So you might have to come out of some, buy some new assets, come out of some shares, buy some new shares. If there is a bad news for a company, you might have to sell that company and buy another share. If there is a better opportunity, you might have to sell something which is not giving good returns and get hold of the better one. Number 5 is increase your investments every year. Definitely, as soon as you get a hike, salary hike, or maybe a payment raise, or maybe a good income raise in your business, or whatever it is, you have to give that hike to your investments as well. What people do is they take all that they get as a hike and they start spending it. I'm not saying do not spend. Do spend it. It's your hard-earned money. Enjoy it. Do spend it. But at the same time, put money into your investments as well. So suppose you get a 10% hike, you should give a 10% hike to your investments as well. This is how you should be giving hikes to your investments. If you can give more, nothing like that, but at least the percentage hike that you have received, you should put that into your investments. Network more with people to find new opportunities. This is very much important, is because the more you meet with people, the more your avenues are opened up. You get to know different people, you get to know different opportunities that are coming up, you get to know different ideas, and if something strikes you well, you can invest and make money out of it. So meeting, association with people is very much important for your wealth building. Checklist number 7, do not withdraw your investments. Why? Then what is the investment for? I'll tell you why. Withdrawing your investment is not required because you are on your way to wealth building. Why do you withdraw money? To spend it. And for spending, you already have a budget in place. You already know what to spend. You're not going to spend the money that you're putting it for your wealth. You're going to spend the money that you have at hand. You're going to spend the money which you are allowed to spend, and you're not allowed to spend your wealth or anything that you have accumulated in your wealth. It's not required. Okay? You have to do the budgeting in such a way that you do not have to put your hands in your wealth, in the wealth building journey. I'll let you know once we discuss budgeting in detail. So do not take out money from your investments. The checklist number 8 is set a percentage of your income to invest, not a fixed amount. So what people do is they set aside 1,000, 2,000 rupees for investments. That's not good. You have to set a percentage. Maybe I'll put aside 5%, 2%, 3% for my investments. That's the right strategy, not 1,000, 2,000. Calculate the percentage. Maybe it's 1% or 2% increment. So keep that in mind. Give a 2% increment as a target, not 2,000 rupees increment as a target. Always. So once you set that figure, 2% increment every year, stick to it for the rest of your life. You may want or you may have to increase the percentage later on, but as of now, set a percentage mentality to increase your investments. Point number 9, market yourself, but do not disclose your wealth out. This is important because people should know who you are. People should start flocking around you, and that's how you would be networking with people, knowing people more, understanding them, getting more opportunities to invest and to work on. But for that, you need to market yourself. You need to tell people who you are, but never disclose how much you have. Checklist 10, have multiple sources of income. This helps you because it puts money from different channels to your pocket, So when one channel stops, the other 3-4 remains. So this is a very important step in your wealth building journey. Always have at least bare minimum, at least 2 to 3 income revenue streams coming in. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very difficult in today's world to survive. Checklist number 11, understand how money works. The rules of money. Now this is a very important step. Understanding how money works will help you understand how you can play with it. Now there are few rules of money. I have a video on that, but I'll make it and put the link in the description, so you can check out the link in the description about the rules of money that will help you grow your bank balance, or probably that will help you make it big in the finance world. So do check out that link if it's there in the description. Checklist number 12, max out EEE investments. What is EEE? Exempt, exempt, exempt. I'm sure you know what this is. So max them out at least as far as you can, and then start investing in other assets. So even if they give you like 2 to 3% less returns than stocks or mutual fund, I would still recommend go for these, because in the long run, since you do not have a tax on them, overall return is going to be way more than what stock and mutual fund is going to give you. Okay, so this is about wealth building basics and the checklists, and coming on to the next part is having an emergency fund for wealth building. This is the strangest thing in the wealth building journey. They say, what? You have an emergency fund for wealth building? Yes, it's true. Why it's required, I'll tell you. One of the rules of money says money is made during crisis. So what does this mean? Money is made during crisis means whenever there is a crisis, there is a big opportunity to make money. So you should not let that opportunity go. I'll give you an example. Not one example, I'll give you multiple examples. 1992, Harshad Mehta scam. Market was down by 32%. That's a crisis, is it? Yes. And you know what happened? People who invested there at the very bottom, or maybe when the market was down, they came up 138% by the year 2000. That's like 2.5-3 times return, almost like 140% returns. 2004, market was down by 15%. And you know what? So approximately from 6,000, Sensex came down to 4,500, and from there 2004 to 2007, from 4,500 it went to 21,000. And you know what happened in 2008 when the market was at 21,000. So from 4.5 to 21,000, that's almost 5-time returns. It's 367%, 5 times of, if you had put in 1 lakh, you would have made 5 lakhs out of it. The next crisis, 2008, we all know it. Market was down 60%, 60. And when that crisis ended, the market fell from 21,000 to 8,500, something around that figures. I'm giving the holistic numbers, but the market fell from 21,000 to around 8,000. And when people invested on, at that moment, at that crisis moment, that 8,000 went up to 27,000 in 2015. So that's like, again, 3.5 times returns. 2020, Corona hits again. 42%, market is down by 42% in Corona, 2020 March. From 41,480, I think it came down to 25,000. And if you follow the market, you know what happened after that. From 25, it went crossing 60, 61, 62,000, I think. So that's again around 2.5 times return in just 2 years, 1.5, 2 years time. This is the crisis moment that I'm talking about. You should have something saved with you to capitalize on these gains. Not much, 2 months of salary is enough for this. So if you have a 10-20,000 salary, 40,000 is enough for this. So just 2 months of salary, you can play these crises so well that things will change for you, for your investments altogether. So these are the wealth building basics, the checklist, and the 2 different aspects of wealth building. One, consistently build your wealth. The other, make money while the market is crying. That's all for today. Till then, SG signing off. See you again. Bye.